Arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletale. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy.
Hello, everybody. Thank you. Welcome to Tattletales. It's nice to have you with us today. Thank you for tuning us in. You're going to have fun today. We've got some wonderful people, some who've been here before, some who have not, and you're going to meet them now. Here they are, winning money for the Blue Section today from MASH, Mr. William Christopher and his wife, Barbara. Bill and Barbara, nice to have you with us today. You all set to go?
I see I have a man of the cloth out there in the blue section.
You do?
And let me say I can...
No, you're married.
Oh. Well, the church gets more liberal all the time.
Yes.
Well,
we should perhaps explain, of course, that Bill plays Father McCahey on the MASH series, and he's just spotted a brother in the audience. Hello, Father. Huh? Yes. I don't want to make you nervous, Bill, but I think he's a spy. It's been sent over here to watch you.
that's all right. I can identify anyway.
I know you can. Are you ready to go, Barbara?
I am.
Okay, here we go. Winning money for the banana section today. When you take a look at him, you kind of wonder why he's in the bananas, but then I guess you could understand why. Mr. Richard Dawson and his gal, Jody Donovan. Richard?
You remember you said to me, wear something yellow.
Yes, that's it. Oh, I didn't know if you knew you had it on, isn't it?
Well, I don't have anything else.
I understand.
The winner of the turkey?
Jody, all set?
Yes.
Okay, you're playing for the bananas today, so that means there's a certain amount of responsibility incumbent upon you. You know that. Winning money today for the red section from That's My Mama, Mr. Clifton Davis and his guy, Lorraine Ball.
I tell you, Bert,
You son of a gun.
we're gonna do so much better today.
You are, huh?
Oh, the sun was out this morning, and we just feel vibrations.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll check with you later on and see how it all turns out, won't we? Here's the first question for you ladies. It's worth $150. Ladies, the recent Red Book poll revealed that 62% of the women polled have had the fantasy of being a call girl. Honestly now, have you ever had this fantasy? The fantasy of being a call girl? Think that over. 62% of the women polled did. Off they go. It's a kind of a high number, isn't it, Father? I mean, Bill.
I don't have to spend much time with this one.
No. 62% of the women polled have had the fantasy of being a call girl. Do you think Barbara is in that 62%?
No, I don't. That figure is hard to believe, but then I'm not here to doubt the figures. I would say no in Barbara's case.
You would
I
say
think
no.
the Blues are with me.
It is an interesting fantasy, though, don't you think?
Oh, yes,
Yes.
yes. I mean, I may have had the fantasy, but certainly not Barbara.
Okay, let's see what Barbara says. Barbara, 62% of the women polled have had the fantasy of being a call girl. Have you ever had that fantasy?
Never.
That's right. That's what Bill said.
It's a load off my mind.
No, it's the father up in the blue section just wiped his brow in relief. Thank you, Barbara. Richard, how about Jody? What was he say?
62%, huh?
62%, yes.
The other 38% what? What did they want to be?
Probably call boys. I don't know.
I haven't heard from any of them.
You never call.
No, I just sit by the pool and wait. I'm going to take a wild shot, and I'll say yes.
Yes, that she's had that fantasy. You know, now, of course, fantasies or dreams or
That's
daydreams
all,
or
that's
whatever,
all.
sure. You don't have to qualify that.
Sometimes I imagine myself as a virile, handsome young man.
Yes,
Just a fantasy?
right, that's true. What did you say? Someone yelled out, "That's your imagination."
Get the hell out of here. Trying to win money for you, you yo-yo.
You say, we'll see, won't we? You'll
I would say yes.
Yes, she's had that fantasy. Let's bring her on. Shh. Jody, Redbook magazine says 62% of the women polled had the fantasy of being a call girl. Have you ever had that fantasy?
I have not had that fantasy.
Oh, Richard said you did. Well, how come you haven't, Jody?
I'm so sorry.
I can only say, thank goodness this game is not called To Tell the Truth.
Yes.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Not true.
Sorry about that, Jody. Gee, here I am apologizing to somebody for not fantasizing they're a call girl. Doesn't seem right.
Nothing wrong with the fantasy.
No, fantasy,
Very
of course.
healthy for you.
A fantasy is very healthy. It's a good way to get out your feelings. Clifton, do you think Lorraine has ever had that fantasy?
You know, that dude who said, yes, I'm gonna hit you. No, I'm liberal enough to recognize that fantasy as a possibility.
Yes,
However,
sure.
Lorraine has never had that fantasy.
No way. You say that with absolute certainty, are you?
We talked about it once, and she said she never, it never entered her mind.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, a
see.
lot of guys be hitting on her, and she doesn't even know. Oh, was he hitting on me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I see.
She only has eyes for me.
Right, okay. Let's see what she says, shall we? Shh. Lorraine, have you ever had the fantasy, as Red Magazine says that, Red Book rather, says 62% of the women have, the fantasy of being a call girl?
A singer, perhaps, but not a call girl.
That's right, that's what Clifton said. You got it. Lorraine and Clifton are right, Barbara and William are right. We'll split the opening part in half. We'll come back in a moment. Please stay with us the rest of the way. Got some good questions, some good people. See you in a moment.
Talk About. It's a word game new to Buzzer that everyone will be talking about.
Prince Charles.
Prince Charles is right. We're going to say diamond.
You're right. Yeah.
Now you can talk about weekdays at 8:30 right here on Buzzer.
Attention.
Here we go. Question number 2 coming up. We're having a very interesting discussion while you're away. Ladies, if you're ready to go, this is the question. It's worth $150 as well. Ladies, the Equal Rights Amendment is being sponsored by women and women who are dissatisfied with their status as women. But many women oppose it because they are satisfied with their status as women. How about you? When it comes to your status as a woman, are you satisfied or dissatisfied? So we're asking you to take a stand one way or the other. It's probably, it could be a lot of different things. But for the sake of this question, you must take a stand one way or the other. Think it over, ladies, and we'll find out. Richard, do you think that Jody is satisfied with her status as a woman or dissatisfied?
I'm so tired, I gave 6 girls a ride in my car. They were hitchhiking. You wouldn't believe the things that went on. Now, what was the call? Is she, Equal Rights Amendment, is she satisfied or dissatisfied?
With her status, her particular status as a woman.
I'll say she's...
Satisfied or dissatisfied?
If you'd like satisfied, you can have it. I think I would say dissatisfied. Would you like satisfied? That's good. You all back down when I make it. I get you to make it, yeah.
Well, Dick, wait a minute. Now, listen, Dick knows Jody Richard knows. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you Dick.
It's all right. Call me Sylvia if you like. Don't call Lulu.
But call.
No, I happen to know that she's for the Equal Rights Amendment, and she's a feminist.
But she is dissatisfied with some of her positions and problems? And
yeah. I mean, she really is. She's a woman's liber.
That arise out of being a woman.
Well, I got to go with what I believe.
Well, now, he has...
Dissatisfied.
He knows the lady, okay? All right, here she comes. You'll say that she will say she is dissatisfied. Let's bring her on. With her status we're talking about. Here she comes. Jody, are you satisfied or dissatisfied when it comes to your status as a woman?
Dissatisfied.
That's right. That's what Richard said. By golly, he stuck to his guns. You see there?
Now, if she'd only told the truth about the fantasy, we would have been ahead of the game.
Sorry about that one, but congratulations on this one, then. Thank you, Clifton. What will Lorraine say?
Well, Lorraine isn't terribly satisfied with her job. Now, this doesn't have to deal with occupation, does it? This is just with rights as a woman.
Well, yes, but I think that probably occupation is at least indirectly affected by that, or treatment on the job, status in general, Can be a lot of things.
Well, that's...
what has to do with the...
What does the cherry section say? Satisfied. I frankly believe that she's
Lorraine
an
is
independent woman.
And she's a stewardess, right?
A free thinker, yeah. And she's a school teacher, too, but she hasn't done that in a while. I think she's satisfied.
You'll say satisfied?
Yeah.
Okay. He says satisfied. The red section seems to agree with you. Let's bring Lorraine on. Lorraine, when it comes to your status as a woman, are you satisfied or dissatisfied?
Satisfied.
That's right. That's what the man said. You got it. All right. We have one satisfied and one dissatisfied. Bill?
It's up to the priest's wife.
Yes.
Well, I think that
Mrs. Father Bill.
this is a toughie because I think her role that she has worked out for herself is a very satisfactory one. But as I interpret the question here, it seems that we're talking about a much broader aspect. And as you mentioned, the Equal Rights Amendment. My time is almost up, I know, but I would have to say.
No, Diana's time is almost
I know how the blues
up.
are going here, but I would have to say that she would like to see a more equitable, and I would. I'm going to have to say dissatisfied.
Oh, okay.
Depends.
The blue section's not crazy about your answer. You're going to say dissatisfied. Is that right? Did you say dissatisfied, Bill?
I think after she takes a long think about this, she'll say that.
All right. Dissatisfied is the answer. Here she comes. Barbara.
Yes, Bert.
Barbara, would you say, when it comes to your status as a woman, that you are satisfied or dissatisfied?
I am very satisfied with my status as a woman.
No, that's not what Bill said. But he anguished to get there, I can tell you that. I'm sorry, darling. Jody and Richard, Lorraine and Clifton split the pot in a half. We have a good close game into this halftime. Gentlemen, step to the rear. We'll bring their ladies out front, and then we'll be back for the second half. Won't you come back? See you in a moment. Good show today, too.
This is
hello there. We have changed places after halftime. I have the ladies with me, and if you are ready, gentlemen, Richard, you and Bill have $75, and Clifton's got 150, so you got to play catch-up. Only half a question away. This one is worth 150 as well. Men, you're the last one to get into a crowded elevator. There's a power failure. The elevator stalls, and the lights go out. Suddenly, somebody grabs you, kisses you, and releases you. Now, when the lights come on, you turn around and discover that all the passengers are men. What would you do? Try to pick out the man who kissed you, or try not to? Off you go, fellas. We'll find out what you do in a moment. Well, Lorraine, there's old Clifton in the elevator. Lights go out, somebody plants a big one on him. What is he going to do? Is he going to turn around and try to find out which of the fellas it was, or try not to?
I think he's going to ignore the whole thing.
He's going to ignore the whole thing, eh?
Right.
Kind of hard if you're on the 35th floor, though, and you got a long ways to go. All right, you will say he would try not to discover which one it was. Let's bring him on. Cliff, there you are now. The lights go off in the dark. Okay. You think it's good, you turn around, it's all guys. What are you going to do? Are you going to try to pick out the man who kissed you, or are you going to try not to pick out the man?
I don't want to pick him out because I'd knock something out of him.
That's right. That's what Lorraine said. Has that ever happened to you in an elevator before, Clifton?
Well, no, they never kissed my lips.
Oh.
I've been
moving
groped
right
in
along.
elevators.
Thank you, Clifton. Barbara, what will William have to
Subway,
say?
though.
Oh, yes,
Subway.
we know. Yeah, thank you. What will Bill say?
I don't think he'd want to know.
He wouldn't want to know.
No.
Well, supposing he was riding down with all his fellow cast members or something.
Then he especially wouldn't
Then
want
he
to know.
especially wouldn't want to know. Okay, he would try not to find out.
Right.
Okay, let's bring Bill on, see what he says. Bill, you know the situation. You're up there in
Yes.
that elevator. The lights go
I know
off.
the situation.
In the dark, you got a smacker. What would you do? Would you try to pick out the man who kissed you, or try not to?
I definitely try to pick him out. Yes.
No, that's not what Barbara said.
Gee,
Well,
I
Bill,
know.
wait, now that's fascinating. Why would you pick him out, Bill?
I certainly want to let him know that he thought I was someone else.
Oh. Well, you don't understand, Bill. He saw the lights were on when you got in. You were the last one to get in the elevator.
Anything can happen in the dark.
Heading
you
in
know.
the dark, bad boy.
Sorry about that, Bill. Jody, what about Richard? What will he do?
I don't think he would try to find out.
He wouldn't?
The man, he would ignore it because he gets fan mail sometimes from men, and I help him with his fan mail. You know, we go through it, but he doesn't usually even read them. You know, those. I say, look at there's a good one, and he just ignores them.
And he doesn't.
So I think he'll ignore it.
You think he'll ignore it? Okay, here he comes. Richard, there you are. Alone on the 95th floor.
Yes.
Are you in a crowded elevator? However, the lights go off, the power goes off. In the darkness, a pair of lips give you a kiss. The lights go back on. And much to your surprise, the elevator is populated only by men. Would you try to pick out the fellow who did that, or would you try not to pick him out?
That is the most ridiculous question.
Oh, no, this was taken from real life, this question.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, if a person can't be safe in an elevator, I don't know where they could be safe. I would try and pick him out.
No, that's not what Jody said. Would you like to explain that, Jody?
No, I would only like to pick him out so I could belt him. You know.
Oh, I see. All right.
But you're not a violent person.
I would be in that particular case.
Yes,
In fact, I would kill him before we hit the ground floor.
I'm terribly sorry to hear that, but I'm awful sorry that you didn't get a share of that pot. But guess what? Lorraine and Clifton got the whole thing for the red section. And we'll come back in a moment with the big $300 question. Don't go away. Anybody can win.
Up next on Tattletales, star couples dish up stories about each other. Then it's Password Plus with word associations leading to wins. Stay tuned.
Okay, $300 question coming up. This is it. Fellas, if you're ready, here we go. Men, which of the two of you is better at taking orders from other people? You or your lady? Amusing? Think it over. Off they go. Jody's breaking up. Barbara, what about Bill? Between you and Bill, which one of you think is better at taking orders from other people?
I think Bill is better. He's had more experience.
Oh, really? Spent some time in the Army, did he?
Yes, the Army and working as an actor.
Also as
Actors
an
take
actor.
directions all the time.
That's right.
I think he's better at taking orders.
And he's married.
And
Somebody just yelled out.
That was the bananas who said that.
Don't listen to bananas. They'll lead you down the path. All right, you'll say that it will be Bill. Here he comes. Bill, which of the two of you do you think is better at taking orders from other people, you or Barbara?
I think Barbara, definitely.
No, that's not what Barbara said. Why do you think Barbara, Bill?
Well, I tend to make a terrible muddle of things.
Yes.
And taking orders is just one more that I find sometimes difficult.
Yes.
I think Barbara has a much quicker perception of the world in general.
Yes. Okay.
You couldn't prove that by today.
No. And
No.
you're still wrong, Bill.
Yes.
But it's a lovely explanation. Thank you. Jody, what will Richard say?
No doubt about it. I take orders better than he does.
He's not a good order taker?
Not especially, but I am a very good order taker.
Yes. Well, you take orders better than he does.
Yes.
Well, he was a waiter at one time. It didn't work out, so probably that's why.
point.
You'll say you are better at taking orders. Let's bring him on. Richard, between you and Jody, which one of you would you say is better at taking orders from other people?
I'm so shook up about the elevator.
Well, when you come down, sir, we'd like your answer.
No, you're not ordering me to give it to you, are you?
No.
Jody's better than me.
That's it. You got it. Well, this will decide the game, Lorraine. Between you and Cliff, who would you say is better at taking orders from other people?
I would say I am.
Really?
Yes.
Do you say that because does Cliff resent authority? Does he resent things?
No, he doesn't resent it, but my occupation demands taking a lot of
And your
orders.
occupation is?
A stewardess.
A stewardess, so you
Yes.
do take orders a lot.
Definitely.
Okay, so you will say that you are better than Cliff at taking orders. Here he comes. Clifton, this will decide the game. I don't want you to have that affect you in any way. or feel any pressure at all. But the red section are not breathing. Which of the two of you is better at taking orders from other people, you or Lorraine?
Well, I think it's a pretty definite answer. Lorraine.
That's it. You got it. Julian, Richard, Lorraine, and Clifton split the pot, but time is up, and the red section wins it. We'll be back in a moment and let you know how much the Reds have won. Don't go away. They're going crazy. The big winners today, the red section with Clifton and Lorraine, $450. We had $1,000, $1,450. Not bad. You were, Bill, you did fine. You got 75 for the blue section, and Bill will be watching for you on MASH, his father McCahey. Richard will continue enjoying you on Match Game 76 now. It sounds good, doesn't it? 76, yeah. And that's my mama, Clifton. Terrific. Yeah. It's been wonderful seeing you, too. And thank you all for looking in on us. We'll see you next time on Tattletales. Bert Time is saying so long. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.
This is Gene Wood speaking for Tattletales. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.